Hey everybody. Today I had the opportunity to go into the Retro City Arcade a day early and film some footage. I want to send a very special thank you to Robert and Kathleen for letting me come into the space early and film a walkthrough. I also did an interview with Robert while I was there as well to talk about the arcade. The Retro City Arcade is located at 4446 Washington Road in Suite 7 in Evans, Georgia. And if you are in the CSRA, I highly recommend that you go check them out. Right now, for the first week, they are going to be having 1 hour blocks for everybody to come into the arcade. You can make a reservation for this, and you can also walk in. Each hour, they can let 30 people into the arcade at a time. They're doing this to stay in compliance with the fire marshal, which is a good thing. Now, as they expand in the future, it's going to change a little bit on their structure, and I'm looking forward to seeing everything that comes in the future later this year and into next year. I talked to them a lot off camera as well as on camera, so I'm really excited about the space, and it's really great to have this arcade locally. I am putting a link in the description below to their Facebook page and to their web page, so please go check those out and follow them and see what is coming in the future. If you're ever in the area, if you don't live here, but you happen to be coming through, please go check them out. As you enter into the arcade, you can see that they do have a sign on the door. The sign is not on the top of the main building yet, but it will be going there on the outside of the building. Here in the lobby where you do pay, you also are going to see some cabinets. They have a multicade right here, then a dedicated centipede cabinet. They have a diehard cabinet here, and they also have a deal or no deal beside that. Now, right now, they have it set for 1 hour of play for $10. That is going to change in the coming weeks. We do mention it in the interview. But right now, just due to the size and trying to let as many people come in as possible, they want to make sure that they are compliant with the fire marshal, as I mentioned. They have a lot of great modern pinball tables here. I've played a lot of these recently in other arcades. They're all really great. He did tell me that some of them are online. Some of the Stern tables may not be online yet, but the ones that are, you could go ahead and use that Stern app to keep track of your score and everything on these cabinets. Another dedicated cabinet, the four-player Simpsons. And right beside that, you can see that there is another multicade there. They have a two-player Blitz cabinet here. And we have some more pins over here. The Avengers is set up right outside of this other room. Here's a couple of trackball games. Got our golden tee, our target toss. And as you enter this side room, we have some older tables in here. Now, there are definitely some pinballs in here that I'm really looking forward to playing. I really want to play the Black Knight. I'll be playing that a lot tomorrow. I'm also really looking forward to that Doctor Who table in the back there. I do not think I've ever played that pinball. I'm a really big fan of Doctor Who, and they have Sylvester McCoy's Doctor right there, front and center. One of my favorite doctors of all time, the doctor that introduced me to Doctor Who. So I'll be playing on that table for sure tomorrow. Now over here, you're going to see more of those multicades that they have set up. Some of these are not multicades, like the NBA Jam is an NBA Jam, but it is a custom build. Same with the Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3. Now I'm interested in this cabinet right here. This pinball is a virtual pinball. Now he did tell me the virtual pinball is going to be set up on he's thinking a different game each day because he does say it's kind of difficult to change between the games on that virtual pinball. But I don't have a lot of experience with virtual pinball, and so that's why I'm really looking forward to playing that. Blackout looks like a lot of fun. I've played the Street Fighter briefly at another arcade, so I'm looking forward to playing that tomorrow. And we've got 4 multicades set up in here with a lot of classic arcade games. I've seen several of these arcade cabinets set up at all kinds of different places. They always have a lot of great classics, your Pac-Man, Dig Dug, Galaga, all kinds of games like that. I am interested to see how many people are there when I'm there tomorrow. I hope that the arcade is full for as much as it can be on every hour. Here's some nice Pac-Man wall art here. This Asteroids Deluxe cabinet is probably the standout cabinet in the arcade right now. It looks incredible. It's in great condition. It just has beautiful side art on it. And we're going to mention that again when we do the interview, but it is a really nice cabinet. And I don't really play a lot of Asteroids, but I probably am going to spend a little bit of time on that tomorrow. And I'm really interested to see how things expand and what games get added. There are a number of games they have in their collection that they don't have in the arcade yet, but they definitely have plans for those cabinets. So I'm really excited to see what they do in the future. I know he talked that he has some driving cabinets, and he has at least one shooting cabinet. So those will be really great to have in the arcade there. And since this is local, I am probably going to be visiting this arcade quite a bit. It's just going to be really nice to have a retro arcade so close to me. Here you can see the admission uh, costs, and I just showed an image of the menu that they have. This grand opening of Retro City Arcade is tomorrow.
It is.
And what time do you open tomorrow?
1 o'clock.
1 o'clock. All right. So I just had a list of questions here that I wanted to ask. So how long have you been in the arcade pinball business? How long have you been collecting?
Well, the business just started, so I've been a collector since about late 90s, early 2000s. In my house, I had a bunch of games. I've been playing all my life since I was about 10 years old, so mid-70s is when I started playing.
Okay.
Had a passion for it. In my teenage years, some friends of our family owned an arcade where we lived, and that's where I spent all my time, and that's where I really developed a passion for just loving pinball. I was never really a big video arcade guy. I wasn't that good. I was great at pinball. I just Pac-Man I could do okay, Asteroids I could do okay, but other stuff, Missile Command, Space Invaders, all kicked me every time. So I stuck with pinball, what I was good at.
Okay. So why did you decide to open in Evans and in this location?
Well, we moved to Evans about 2 years ago. We fell in love with the area. We had started this idea when we lived in Virginia back in 2018, and it never panned out up there. We had some other issues dealing with real estate, trying to find space. COVID hit, so that kind of put the kibosh on that in Virginia. So when we moved here, we kind of continued that passion of wanting to do it. And real estate's kind of a premium in Evans. It's not a lot of vacant space, so we did a lot of shopping around and we found this space and kind of fell in love with it as far as where it was. It's close to our house. It's on Washington Road. You know, it's close to everything else. We're right across from Walmart, so it's busy. You know, it's a busy little center here at the shops at Camelot. So we thought this was a perfect space, and it was available, and we jumped on it.
Availability is important.
It is.
So, a question I didn't have written down that I just thought about. The name, Retro City Arcade, is that something you already had in your mind when you were in Virginia, or is that something?
It is. I had a list of about 25 names of stuff, and we kind of felt it out with some friends, just saying, hey, you know, what do you like, what's good, what's catchy, and this was kind of the one that won. So,
okay.
Yeah.
Well, I like it.
Kathleen and I both fell in love with the name, and it's really now it's just kind of second nature to say it.
So, what is your favorite arcade game that's here?
Probably Asteroids Deluxe. Again, I was fairly decent at that when I was younger, and that's probably my favorite. I don't know. I like Space Invaders, but I'm just horrible at it.
Okay.
So,
Well, that's also a really pretty cabinet. Like the side art's beautiful on that, and just a nice old dedicated cabinet that looks really great.
Yeah.
It's in great condition. What about your pinballs? Which is your favorite pinball here?
I don't.
Because I got the Stearns here and the newer ones, and then you got some older ones there.
Yeah, of the old ones, probably Black Knight is my favorite. That's here. Old, newer. It's probably a toss-up between Godzilla and Dr. No.
Okay. Those are both. I played. Those are great. Those.
Yeah. And as for what I don't have, probably Flight 2000 is my favorite of all time.
Okay.
Well, I used to own one. I had one in my house, and we sold that years ago. That's probably my favorite of all time.
Is that one? Is that the pinball that you most want to bring to the arcade?
I would like to get that. I mean, I got a laundry list of ones I'd love to have. Addams Family, Twilight Zone. I'd love to have both of those. I'm old school pinball, but again, it's not about me. It's what the customers want to play. So, you know, what I like and what they like. That's why I want people to tell me, you know, when they come in, say, hey, you know, I'd like to see you have this, and you know, and that's something I'll strive to get. If there's enough people that want a certain game, that's something that I'll strive to get.
So if you come here and you're watching this, if there's any arcade games or pinball machines you'd like to see here, let them know on the Facebook page, and I'm going to put a description. In the description, I will put a link to their Facebook, so you can let them know there. You can leave a comment on the video and let us know. What dedicated arcade cabinet would you maybe like to have in here eventually?
I would like to get a Defender. I know a lot of people have been asking about that, so I think that's probably my goal is to get one of those in here.
Okay. So right now, when people come in, I know they're making reservations for an hour at a time. I've already made my reservations for tomorrow.
Good.
So how is that going to work going forward in the future from this point?
I think this opening weekend, we're probably going to stick with the reservation just to see how that pans out. Because we're limited on the number of people that can be here, we did that just so we wouldn't have a line of 200 people out in the parking lot and then have to turn people away. We're going to have some walk-ins, which we've set aside as part of the reservation. We have booked for a certain number, and then walk-ins for another.
Okay, all right.
So
it wouldn't get so booked up that walk-ins couldn't come in.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. Yeah, we left some available for walk-ins.
Okay. How do you know how it's looking right now as far as how many reservations you may have?
We've gotten quite a few. We do still have, nothing is full as far as hour slots or day slots. So it's still open. So if people want to let us know, they can make their booking.
And you're opening at 1 o'clock tomorrow?
Yes, and we'll be open till 10 tomorrow, and the same for Saturday.
1 to 10 on Saturday? Okay. What is the schedule going forward for the times?
Friday and Saturday will be 1 to 10. Wednesday and Thursday will be 2 to 9, and Sunday noon to 6.
Okay.
We'll be closed on Monday and Tuesday.
All right.
If that may change if enough people say, hey, you know, we want you to be open on Monday and Tuesday, and we could generate enough traffic to justify it, then we'll open on Monday and Tuesday.
Two things I didn't think about yet. Are you planning to do any kind of like scheduled like parties or anything for groups if they wanted to?
If people want to do that, we have decided that on Monday and Tuesday, if like an office party wanted to come in on a they were closed, we will do that.
Okay.
Probably, depending on how big the group is, we probably would not want to do that when we're open on a regular work day, because we don't want to, you know, if it's 20 people in an office group, they may just kind of want their own thing, and we don't want to take up all the time with somebody that, again, walk-ins or whatever, you know, limit that. So, and again, that's something we'll play by ear and see how it pans out.
Okay. And I know right now you've got the hour slots, and you're gonna have 2-hour slots going in the future at some point once you figure it out. Okay.
Right. And once we've expanded our space, once we're into our bigger space, we'll have all day passes.
Okay.
So we'll have 1 hour, 2 hour, and all day.
So now right now I think 1 hour is 10, right?
$10 for an hour, 15
for 2. How is it going to be, or do you know yet how it's going to be if you have the all day pass?
The all day pass will probably be in the low 20s.
Okay.
So it won't be unreasonable.
Okay, cool.
And that'll be something when we do have that you can come and go. You know, we have
a wristband. Okay.
And if you have an all day pass, if you want to come in, play for 2 hours, leave, go get something to eat, come back, you can do that.
Awesome.
Right now with the 1 and 2 hour, we're limited, no re-entry. So when you come in, you're here, you stay.
Okay, that makes sense. I know you had some a menu out there for, I guess, snacks.
We have snacks and drinks, sodas, water. We have some energy drinks and Starbucks drinks, just some candy bars and chips.
Okay. Are y'all ever going to have any, or do you have plans to maybe do merchandise at some point, t-shirts or something?
We will do t-shirts.
Okay, cool.
We're probably going to do some coffee mugs and little knick-knack things with our logo.
Awesome. I think that's all I can think about that I didn't write down. Sorry, I thought about some things.
That's good.
Yeah, off the cuff that just were popped in my head. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Appreciate it,
Robert.
Thanks.
And thank you so much for watching. And come out to the Retro City Arcade. It looks great. I'll be here tomorrow. And if you want to make a reservation, you can message them on the Facebook page. Again, I will put a link to that in the description, so go check them out. Thanks.
Thank you so much for watching. If you liked the video, please give me a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel already, please subscribe. Like we said in the interview, if you have any arcades you'd like to see them put into the Retro City Arcade, please make a suggestion. You can make a suggestion on our Facebook page, and I'd love to hear in the comments below what arcades and pinball machines you would like to see show up at the Retro City Arcade. Thank you again very much, and I will catch you in the next one.